What about it, YouTube? Okay, I had a request to show the different trikes I'm working on. So this is the 85.5. There's a lot of good news about this one. The pipe is really cool and interesting, and the silencer, not sure if you can get an idea there. It's definitely not a DG, but who makes it, I don't know. Try and get a look at the silencer if I can wander around this mess. Anyway, it might be PK, just because I have a PK exhaust on this trike, and it's got a similar style to the silencer. I don't know, just a guess. This is the guy that does my powder coat, his 87 RM80 that I'm redoing for him, kind of in trade. He's done a lot of work for me. He's done powder coat on my GS, blacked it out on all the guard rails, crash bars, pannier racks, the side covers there. He also did my spokes and my frame on my 96 YZ. So he's done a lot of stuff for me, and so I'm returning the favor. Anyway, back to the trikes. The bad news on this one is it's pretty much got no compression. I mean, I can about pull it down with my hand, you see what I'm saying? It's not got a whole lot of compression. I gotta get in there and see what's going on. Looks like they put maybe a 36 mil carb on it. That's definitely not the stock carb, and it looks like they've had to fight it to go into that boot. I'll have to figure out what that carb is. It looks to me, I'm guessing that they've put a Raptor 660 spring on the stock suspension, because it does have the stock reservoir and all that, but that looks to me like a Raptor 660 shock, I'm guessing. Anyway, overall, it's not going to be a pain in the butt to get something accomplished with it. I'm debating all the time what to do with the front end, though. This stock 25-inch tire, this Dunlop, is in super good shape. And anyway, the thing is, they put that spring on the back. They've got the preload sprung so tight that it won't. It's like there's no static. I mean, you could probably sit on it and it won't move. It's really tight. So they've got the back. They got the back end. Well, yeah, it would go down if you sat on it, but they got the back end up as basically with no static sag. So that's as high as the back end will be on this trike with 20-inch rear tires. That's what, 1.5 inches lower to the ground than stock, and the front's sitting there on that 25. And so I don't know if I'm going to keep it like that, or I've got that tire that's a 23-inch that may bring the front end down a little bit more balanced and match the rear. I just hate to sort of get rid of that stock tire that's in such great shape. I mean, the knobbies are in really great shape. Okay, so that's the 85.5 that's still to be worked on. There's two of them that are torn down to the frames. One of them is boxed up basically over here. There's the motor. This trike has issues. Everything on it was basically an issue. The clutch cover's cracked. There's a small crack. I've got behind where the clutch cover mounts to that side of the case that I've got to get figured out. It had great compression. It seems like a really low hour motor, but I got to figure out what to do with some of the issues with the cracks there on the motor. And I've got one of the frames is this frame is off. It had cracks. It's already been welded. I got a picture on my phone I can't show you, but yeah. So anyway, and also the swing arm on this one was cracked. So this one, weird how it just seemed to have a lot of crack issues, but overall I think it was low hours. There's the tank, and then I mean there's just all kinds of stuff organized in boxes inside that big box. The expansion chamber for that one is right here. It seems like it's in really good shape. No dents really. Sorry, pay attention where I'm pointing the camera. So I'll get this blasted and repainted, and that'll be a good pipe, I think. These were the forks off of it. It had a little bit of cancer up here that I've cleaned up with steel wool, but it's got some pitting in the chrome. The important part's nice and smooth though, where these wonderful boots were covering it. But they're not in bad shape, the forks. Alright, then the other one I tore down. It's right here. There's the forks anyway. I've been lazy about getting it all boxed up like I should. It had a stock shock, but it needs to be rebuilt or replaced with something else. There's the swing arm. The swing arm wasn't cracked. It was just painted by someone who got really happy with the paint and got the rear axle painted on it. So yeah, and there's some other bits and pieces. By the way, I haven't done a video on it yet. I need to do a video on fixing an issue like this where you've got plastic that's messed up like that. I fixed one of them. It's over here. Hang on a sec. I had two of them with the same issue, and I was able to fix it by melting steel wool in there as a lattice, and using a soldering iron to heat up the steel wool and push it down into the plastic, make a bridge or a lattice that goes across the crack, and then fill in with a black zip tie. And I got the edge there beveled out pretty decent. That should work pretty good, I think. Alright, so now there's one more to show that's not broken down. I'll have to go this way. There's some more bits and pieces. There's some Banshee rims that I'm cleaning up, fixing to, somebody got happy with the black paint. I've been trying to get it off. But those will be used on one of the trikes. Because there again, crack issues I forgot to mention on the trikes, but I mean on the trike wheels. Pretty much all of them. Like, check this out. Little chunk missing. The other side was even worse. It's back in the garage that I didn't show you. But anyway, Banshees have a different bolt pattern, and so you got to get different hubs. Other than that, it'll fit on there, and they're stronger. They've got like an extra layer, like I don't have the right lighting, but there you go. There's that extra middle layer. If you look on here, you just got the double layer instead of this triple layer. I can't really get a good view of it, but suffice to say it's double layer, not triple. There's the crack up that somebody had already welded, but it's cracked again. It's hard to see, but there's one of the axles. Needs to be cleaned up. There's another pipe, the other pipe of the one, second one that was tore down, but it's got a nice dent in it. So I'm gonna have to work on either fixing that dent or I don't know what to do with it. Okay, to the last trike. This one is definitely a pickle that used to be a cucumber, but it's very low hours. All kinds of compression, it's amazing. And just other signs of low wear. It's got rust and all that, but just all the indications of like the sprockets, the brake rotors, things that would show a lot of wear if it had a lot of hours. It's not there on it, but it has sat out in the California sun for a long time. It has quite a bit of cancer. I'm gonna have to clean up off these fork tubes. It was missing a bunch of stuff. I didn't realize it was missing a tank. The tank. I knew it was missing the air box and all the attachments for the air box, but anyway, it was missing a lot. This is an old style DG pipe. You can tell it's old because it doesn't have the DG on it, but that's how they were back in the day. This is definitely a DG. It just didn't have the tag on it. But it's got a cancer underneath the bottom. You can't probably see it, but it's pushed. Yeah, you can't see it. It's pushed all the way through. The rust is terrible on it. So the motor's great. The plastic can be renewed. The frame I think is going to be fine. The swing arm has a crack, dang it. And it has some funky shock, a mystery shock on the back. I have no idea what kind of mystery shock that is. But you can see what kind of, that's like in really good shape right there, the sprocket hub. You know, but it has issues too with, not as bad, but some cracks and stuff going on. I don't have good lighting in these Tri-Z rims. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to end up doing 4 of them or 3 of them and parting out, you know, whatever's left. I have to decide. And there's just all kinds of stuff that goes through my mind, like, oh, should I put 86 forks on the 85.5? And anyway, I think I'm just going to keep, because the 85.5 go back in there. These forks are in such great shape, and I just hate to mock it up too much and have it be a mutt. So I'll probably keep the front suspension. The front tire I'm still debating on. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this one. 4 Tri-Zs. I don't know how many of them will end up back on the dirt. Maybe 3 or maybe 4, but definitely 3 is the plan. That's it. God bless.